Today I'm going to be demonstrating for you how to make biscuits using the biscuit method. There's a few basic ingredients you're going to need. 2 cups of flour, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, half a cup of shortening, and 3/4 of a cup of milk. I'm going to start. This is a pastry blender, and this is our tool for the biscuit method. It has tines across the top that we're going to use to cut the shortening into the solid fat. Let's begin. I'm going to take 2 cups of flour, pour it into a large bowl, and combine with that the rest of the dry ingredients. 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 tablespoon of sugar. Use your rubber scraper to mix that together, and to that we're going to add half a cup of shortening. Shortening is a solid fat. Just slide it right on in there and use your pastry blender to cut the shortening into the fat. So if you see cut in or pastry blender, you know that this is the biscuit method. Cut in specifically means to combine the solid fat with the dry ingredients. That looks like coarse crumbs now. There's a little bit of lumps. It's mostly pretty smooth. It's all combined. To that we're going to add 3/4 of a cup of milk, and we're going to stir it again with the pastry blender. Just stir until all the milk is absorbed into the flour. If it seems a little dry, you can add a little bit of extra milk to it. Once that's combined, I'm going to put a little bit of flour out on our counter. And we're going to put the dough right on top of that flour. You're going to knead the dough 3 or 4 times just to combine it thoroughly. And like I said, it's very sticky, so you're going to need to put a little bit of flour on top of the dough as well. Use your hands 3 or 4 times just till it all comes together. Then we're going to roll it out. Use your rolling pin. Roll the dough until it's about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch thick. And then use your biscuit cutter to cut out the biscuits. Cut them as close together as possible so you're not wasting any dough. And then place them on an ungreased cookie sheet so the sides are touching. So when you put them on the cookie sheet, they're going to be right next to each other, just like that. Here I've placed the biscuits on a cookie sheet so all of the sides are touching, and just gently press down in the center of each biscuit. This will keep the biscuits from rising up with a domed top. This tray of biscuits just came out of the oven. What we have, all the biscuits are touching at the sides, and they've all risen up very straight and tall. They're lightly golden brown on the top, and like I said, you can top these with a little bit of melted butter. Let them cool.